I don't know how to start this video. So yeah, welcome to Granny the Aftermath behind the scenes. I wouldn't do this, but like, funny. What the fuck was that? But I thought I'd show you what's behind the scenes for Granny the Aftermath. So this here is the frame editor. Basically, one area of the game. Like, this is the Wither Savage Alex logo, and this is the title screen. Office, game over, 6 AM, in the end. I guess I'll show you the lame ass ones first. This is just 3 things. The end, newspaper, and static. Then combine them all together and get this. And I just made this up. This happens like right after chapter 2, so 10 days ago meant implied that 10 days were spent at Granny's house and Grandpa's, and haha, gore, blood. Just say that except for one who stayed out of the house. Yeah, the guy who you play as, the person who you play as, which is never clarified because I want to make it feel a bit like DB Looper. DB Looper said that the player you play as is just the person. So same here. The text here just says I used the spray paint tool. This is what I used to draw for new. I took this. Wait, it should be back. I just did this on the sides, and then I went good enough. Yeah, nothing else here. The 5 AM. This is how much the frame goes on for. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. It goes to 4, back to 5. Hold on. So it goes into a seizure, I guess. The game over is surprisingly complicated to do. I actually had to, during the beta, hold on, just gonna take shit. There, visible at start. This is what I wanted to do. Originally, the game over had the intro of, this is like a transition where I'm able to do, if I went in with the fade, the static wouldn't move. The static wouldn't move, so I optimated with this. Oh, I never actually named that. Okay. The nightmare is just a second frame. So this is just a normal, and then if I change it to nightmare, yeah. I really like Granny and Grandpa's designs. And we put on the static. Oh yeah, funny story. Granny. Oh, I thought. No, the static extends out all the way over here. Nothing really too complicated. Actually, none of the sound effects when you die don't actually are actually still inside the office. The game, then once the main closes, then it jumps to this frame. and the Widow Savage Alex logo. Literally nothing happens. So counter's fading. It should. This was really just for testing. This intro is actually a little bit outdated. I have a much better one now. Much better coded. Then let's go to the title screen. So this is the title screen. Of course, we got the main stars of the show. Can we just scroll down? When Nightmare is enabled, these are the designs. Actually, when I was drawing their designs, this was the first frame I had to do them in, that I wanted to do them in. So I actually made these designs on the spot. I didn't prep them beforehand. I just said, okay, let's just have it like this. Let's take away one of Granny's eyes and make it stitched. Grandpa have this, and a scarred skull, an exposed skull. The idea for Granny Stitched Eye, Stitched Eye, is actually something I really liked. I don't know why. The one that I liked to look at was this one here. I thought this looks pretty cool. So I just applied it to Granny. And Granny only. It just changes the frame. Nothing much else. Title screen isn't really interesting at this point. This is just when you, at this point here, it'll be like this. Oh, left on nightmare mode last. But either way, it would be like this. And then when we get into the menus, it's actually a few layers. Yeah, that's quite a mess. This was actually quite a lot of coding. Buttons, 94 in total. Well, 90 in total. Difficulty, and then the frame moves stuff. Difficulty description. This basically controls a lot of stuff. This is just this here. Title move. This will tell the game what are you right now, or what stuff should appear right now. So right now it should be appearing with the play button, the equip button, and when it goes to 1, loads of this stuff appears, and when it's 2, it shows the loading button. The loading text in here. Oh yeah, this controls if you have the difficulty selector open or not. So when it's open, it goes this, and I had to animate. I didn't really do much. I actually was able to just do this in Click Team. It's not really that hard to do. Hard. And if it was this, it would show this, etc, etc, etc. And if I clicked on extreme hard, and when it was open, it set the counter to the actual difficulty that I wanted. So if you press on normal, it will move to 3, because 3 is normal, and 5 is extreme. And same thing for a lot of stuff. Everything here is the exact same here. Nightmare mode wasn't really that tough to do. Granny and Grandpa moved to office. Nothing much here. And then, oh yeah, the INI. The INI is basically your save your progress. Not save your progress, that's not really the correct term. It's more so, save what you had left. So if you had, let's go, actually just go in the game. Let's go if you had no music with Nightmare and Easy Last. So yeah, it remembers what you had and goes, okay, so he had both Granny and Grandpa enabled, he had Nightmare mode enabled, he had no music, and he was on easy. So yeah, I don't know if anyone actually used this, but like, okay. Lol. Granny, Grandpa, both. Really fun. I really like this, how smooth this actually played out. Loading. Either way, let's move on to the most complicated thing of the game. The Office. Yeah. This is probably the most complicated part. There's a lot of these zeros and ones. What do they all do? Basically, these are all the game's values that it stores. So this one actually controls the phone call. Oh, and when this hits 0, it will. Well, I'll explain it later. Text fade. Grandpa position, Grandpa the side, Grandpa countdown. There's a lot of stuff. Well, if you haven't seen the Easter egg, here they are. 5 Nights at Alex's. This poster appears when it's normal. This one appears in Nightmare mode. Radio. Oh yeah. If you are on my second channel, you would have remembered. I made a video on making fun of The Office. Because when I take everything away, actually, I should do it the easier route. Files, graphics. Because when you take everything away, yeah, this is quite pathetic. There's nothing really going on. And then click team, and when you play the game, the Office becomes much nicer. This is actually the light, the darkness layer that I put in. It's actually not that really hard to put in. Survive until 6 AM. That's this layer. This is the button for when you click on the ladder. This layer here It's actually on top of the darkness layer. Shit. Put that back. And yeah, all the cameras are here. Not really that hard. And they all store their Nightmare counterparts. These are actually really small files that are just small. Funny. And then, oh yeah, I was ripping stuff from here. This is all the code. The black was for the black is for inserting. Is when you start up, there's a phase. Basically, I basically just copy and pasted the code from here. Bonus Alex's poster. Has it been that always? I think. Okay, I misspelled that, but whatever. So it basically says, okay, just pick a run. When you're climbing down off the ladder, which is position 3, position 1 is when you're in the office. And yeah. Scrolling, it used to be much simpler, now it's a bit more complicated, but to me it's much better now. People were trying to like hold the frame like somewhere here, but then the game would move it because they thought they wanted to move over here. In reality, they didn't really want to, they just wanted to look here, so this is much better. Yeah, nothing much here, really. Oh yeah, that beeping. That was actually in the original version 1.0.1 and 1.0. But there was a bug that didn't make it actually beep, so... Funny. Time. It only ever goes when the survive until 6 AM starts. I'll show you what happens beforehand. And now it goes. You're already over here. And music, nothing really much going on here, aside from controlling what it wants to do. Oh yeah, play sample background noise inside. That's actually just ripped from the Granny 2 files. LOL. 0 times, and you might think, why is it playing? 0, if we just open this up, edit, 0 times, it says 0 continuous loop. Like, okay. Cameras, I think I just ripped, no, I renamed them. This is again from the chapter 2 files. This is from the chapter 2 files. On camera and switch camera. And it actually always plays. It's just that it's set. You can't hear it. Funny. I think there was some sort of weird awkward issue here. I fixed it. It's fine. Bless me. static, this is just controls the static of each block. Yeah, I know that the... Oh. Damn it. Just turn off time here. I know the static isn't there in the original game, but like, it looks really bad without it. Hold on, let me just get the static layer. Just make all of these. Actually, that's not how you do it. Okay. Whatever. One. Hang on, I just want to find a free. Zero. Oh yeah, that's the first camera you look at. Is this how I did it? No, it just cancels out the entire thing. Okay then. Set it always to 255. I can just easily change this back, it's fine. Yeah, that looks just really bad. Which is exactly why I added static. It just made things look much nicer. Cannon blocks, it just controls what to do. That's really it. Enough talking. Let's get to the difficulty. There's 3 lines of code here. Practice, it just adds the quit button. The night doesn't actually. The night never ends in. Fun fact: the night never ends in practice. Actually, it's just like this. Yeah, you see now the static makes it look much nicer. If we press quit. Yeah, we're back to the menu. It works. Congrats. Phone call. This is actually quite special. This took a little longer than I wanted it to take, but it made for a good arrival. So it was so you get the phone call, you pick up, he says what to do if they arrive, or you could just fucking skip him. And then, that's when that hits 0. That starts the cool shit, aka the parents arrive home. Okay. So the first stop is arrival. They arrive home. You hear the car pull outside. Wait, and then another event gets fired. That's after 5 seconds. You hear the door open, and it's smack close. Another event starts. Another 5 seconds, and then you realize that they're home. Survive until 6 a.m. You hear the car pull up outside. They open the door. Survive until 6 a.m. I actually, when I did that, I was pretty proud of myself, I'm not gonna lie. And then the AI. Yeah, Granny's AI. If you played Granny the Aftermath before the new update, aka 1.0, you probably remember Grandpa's and Granny's AI are literally just a copy and paste of code. And now Grandpa has the ability to floor creep. I was actually developing Granny, and I mentioned this in the video where I talked about why I haven't ported this game to mobile yet. And I just there was a bug in the system. I think it was it was this one. I was so confused. It was like, why were you not working properly? And then I realized I just had to put one line of code. Exactly. Large brain. Then positions. Honestly, not that hard to do. If it was position 1, camera number 1, cameras are open. And if it's if it was without Nightmare, this Granny, cam 1 Granny. Same thing for the others, and then Grandpa's AI is literally the exact same, except floor crease. This was like 4 lines of code. Grandpa was able to creep the floor and nothing too hard. Play sample. That sample is just play the sound file. I don't know how to pronounce that, but that's basically creep floor in Swedish. Yes, I did rip it out from the files. Yes, I was too lazy to rename it. Yes, I'm stupid. It also, the game would actually just continuously just creep the floor, so I had to make sure that the game wouldn't do that, and I just did a fire and event thing. And if it would, and yeah, and it's pure random if he creaks the floor or not. And this, if it was, oh no, yeah, this is for Cam 3, which is right outside the office. And if we was in the kitchen, which are the only 2 cams that Grandpa can actually creak the floor. Yeah, that's it. You can creak the floor there. People are like, what? People are like, I remember watching a few gameplays, and I think Zay had this problem as well, but the problem is that Granny had actually a specific position that she had to go to before she could attack the office. I'll take the nightmares. So Cam 3 is filled with positions. There's 3 positions for each of the grandparents. We got Nightmare. The only 2 positions that Granny and Grandpa can actually go use to go into the office. Now, and these are the only two. Is this position? Well, more so these two positions. And you can't do really much if they're out. They're here, here, or here, or here. Well, they can't really do much. They literally just have to admit defeat and say, okay, yeah, I'll go into, yeah, I might go to the kitchen / the sitting room. They have to enter this position before they can attack. They had this problem as well as a few others. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Now, if you made it this far in the video, thanks, I guess. And I wanted to show you this.